Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Outback Cooking Company's YouTube cooking channel, Outback Eats. Today we got us a fun little deal going on. We're going to add another recipe to our breakfast collection. This is a fairly simple recipe. It is called Ojos De Buey, but it does include a little time-consuming but authentic red chili recipe. We're going to cook that on the open fire today. As is always, we like to highlight some of our favorite recipes out of different books. This book is called Spirit of the West, and this book has lots of recipes from ranch houses, chuck wagons, and Western cooking. We've found this one in here. It's a pretty simple recipe. It's a meatless dish, so it can be cooked for Lent, brunch, anytime you don't want a heavy meal, and it's fairly straightforward. The red chili sauce can be prepared ahead of time, so that's the most complicated part. That can be frozen in your freezer. Pull that out, whip together this whole dish in about 20 minutes. So our authentic Ojos De Buey recipe calls for New Mexican red chilies. We're going to first toast these over the open fire. You don't have to toast them on an open fire. That's just what we enjoy doing. I've used our Traegers. You can use your own smoker. You can place them on a baking sheet and just toast them in your oven. Main thing is just don't overdo it. 5 to 15 minutes is plenty. That'll be the first thing. Then we're going to soak those red chilies in some hot boiling water for 15 to 20 minutes. And we'll peel the pulp out of the inside of those chilies. We're going to blend those together with garlic, some whole oregano, a bay leaf, a little bit of olive oil, and some garlic. We'll blend that together, simmer those over the fire for 15 to 20 minutes. Get a nice, let that cook down just a little bit until you get a nice paste. That will be the sauce we use. For the actual recipe, we're going to fry some white corn tortillas. Just got some Mission tortillas today. We're going to actually fry those in lard. And then we will coat those in our red chili sauce. We'll layer those into a dish, drop an egg on top. We'll cook those covered in a covered dish on the fire or in the oven, whatever method you have. And that takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Pull that out, spread a little cheese and some garnish on, and that'll be the brunt of the recipe. Mission style red chili sauce. This traditional old California version of red chili sauce is used in the recipe for Ojos De Buey. Of course, though, it's also a good choice when making enchiladas or other authentic Mexican dishes. The addition of vinegar and sugar makes this sauce a little different from the chili sauces of the Southwest. It freezes well and can be made in advance and kept on hand. Preheat the oven to 275. Rinse your chilies and place on a baking sheet. Toast slightly for 5 to 15 minutes, being careful not to scorch. Remove the chilies from the oven and allow them to cool. Remove and discard the stems, veins, and seeds. Place the chilies in a saucepan, add boiling water to cover. Place the lid on the pan and set aside for 20 minutes to soften. Drain the chilies, reserving the soaking water. Using the edge of a spoon or a small knife, scrape the chili pulp from the skin. Put the pulp, 1.5 cups of the soaking water, the garlic, and the oregano in a food processor or blender. Pulse on and off until the mixture is pureed. Heat the olive oil in a large, heavy skillet over medium-low heat. Stir in the chili mixture, vinegar, sugar, and salt. Add the bay leaf and simmer the sauce, stirring frequently until it thickens enough to coat a spoon about 20 minutes. If you need a thinner sauce, add a little more of the reserved soaking liquid. This makes about 4 cups. The next step in our cooking process, we're going to fry these tortillas. Not necessarily fry, but heat them up in hot lard. So we've got some lard here. Dip our tortillas in the lard, let those dry. Dip them back into the red chili sauce, into the Dutch oven, and proceed from there. Ojos De Buey, or eggs baked in red chili sauce. The Franciscan missionaries who introduced Catholicism and Spanish culture to California in the late 1700s had a profound effect on what was to become Californial cuisine. The Padres brought with them the cooking traditions of Spain, combined with those of Baja California and Sonora. Ojos De Buey, so called because the baked eggs reminded diners of the solemn eyes of the mission's faithful red oxen, was a dish often served for supper on Fridays and during Lent. For modern cooks, this is an unusual and delicious dish to serve for brunch, lunch, or a light dinner. All right, we're finished up with our authentic Ojos De Buey. Again, the recipe calls for red chili sauce, which we made here on the campfire. After you've made your red chili sauce, it's pretty simple. Today we used lard for cooking our corn tortillas in. Dry those on a paper towel and then dip them in the red chili sauce. Layer them in the Dutch oven or an oven, glass baking dish, whatever you got there at home if you want to do it in your home kitchen. Today we did it on the campfire. And then crack eggs over it. Cook your eggs to your liking. Add your favorite cheese. Today we put on a little black olives. Again, this dish is good. It's a meatless dish. It's good for basically as a side dish for light lunch, light dinner, brunch. Great for a Lent dinner, anything like that. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed watching us cook up here again on the campfire. We'll see you again next week. Perfect. This is perfect for a side dish along a breakfast brunch or something. So it's really good. Be nice to have some refried beans, maybe a cheese enchilada or something like that, right, Joe? We'll add that next time. Good stuff.